Welcome back to my channel here at Trades to G. My name is Sammy. Today we're going to take a look at SBET, BBAI, and Palantir. Before I go ahead and chart, please like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and join the Discord. Let's take a look at SBET first. She was sitting in a cup and handle formation. Inside your handle, she's inside a descending wedge pattern. Today was a very key moment for SBET because we needed to be above this macro 236 on the monthly. Now I'm going to turn it over to the daily time frame. I want you guys to take a look at something. On the daily time frame, a couple things to know is that she is in a very bearish momentum. Why do I say that? Well, first of all, you printed 3 black crows. You're sitting below the 5, the 10, the 20 EMAs. Your purple line, the V, this purple line is the VWAP. You're sitting below that, and you're closing below the 50 SMA. After a massive 300% move to the upside for I think it was around 15 days, it is rightfully so, perfectly fine to have a little bit of a retracement. But we needed to find support at this key area, which was a 236. You're sitting at the 50 EMA, and you also bounce off this trend line. This is a great recovery from a 7-day push down, approximately 7 days, where we found support, and I loved how we closed above the 236. I won't be surprised if tomorrow we start printing bullish candles to the upside. Okay, price came down and found us, and we bought at support. Very, very important that we maintain above all these supportive indicators to break this downward trend and start forming a bullish trend to the upside. So this is very nice to see. I'm glad where we are. SBET is very bullish, still in a run. I believe that we're going to have another run up very, very, very soon. So I will not be surprised if we start making new higher highs and new higher lows starting tomorrow. It is very plausible at this stage. So next we're going to talk about BBAI. I will not break I won't talk too much about BBAI because she's been inside this rectangle top, as I mentioned in my previous video. There's really no catalyst making a move up until earnings. Now, where am I going with earnings? Very important that you understand that BBAI is not afraid to break down 70% moves after bad earnings. Okay, she is very much a volatile play, and if and only if we do have bad news, I want you guys to understand that this harmonic structure that I drew here, this is called a bat. The bat completion ends at 438. This bat completion at 438 also aligns with previous resistance levels. If you look left at these resistance zone here, we have a zone here, zone here, zone here, resistance, 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 resistance. Obviously, before we ever, if we do happen to have bad earnings, we have your 50 and your 50 EMA and your SMA, but rightfully so, she's not afraid to break down below these levels. I'm only showing you this because this is only if moment, okay? Very, very important that you also look at the downside if we were to pan and have a bearish news. So I'll leave it at that. BBAI is still inside in a rectangle top, not breaking below, not breaking above, just in a box, as you can see here. So I love my boxes. We did find support at this 20 EMA after we crashed down, and that's good because we're now respecting again another support zone. We're now respecting this box. Okay, so pretty much just needs a catalyst. Be patient with this one, but if so, we break below, look at this zone at 438, if only bad news. Last but not least, Palantir. Palantir is sitting on an ascending wedge pattern. We just recently had bad news, or at least the news, the market did not like the news where potentially the government is working with Microsoft and OpenAI to create the secondary Palantir software, or pretty much compete with Palantir. I want you guys to note something, that after massive run up on Palantir for years, and I think it was in December of 2022, you've been up only, like seriously, up only 2,600%. Do not be afraid to take profits on a ticker that has been up only for almost 2 years. In terms of the market sentiment, if SPY continues to be, or at least printing a spinning top at the impulse, if SPY happens to come down, Palantir is going to follow. If the government decides to cut off Palantir, she's going to come down in levels we have never seen before. Why do I say that? Well, If you notice from previous price history, price action, I want you guys to note something on the 3-day. Every time Palantir touched this blue line, green line, if you notice, that's your 50 EMA and that's my 50 SMA. Notice what price does every time price action touches this blue and green line. It is a support key area. On Palantir, we have multiple touches of support here, here, and here. Right? Let's keep going up. Obviously, you find, that it is your 10 EMA and sometimes your 20 EMA. But your absolute bottom on this ticker is your 50 EMA and SMA. So if Palantir were to break down this trend, and let's say another bad catalyst come down, we break below the 10 EMA and we break below the 20 EMA, your ultimate support on this ticker will be this 50 green EMA and your 50 SMA, which approximately will be 110, and depending where price action will break tomorrow or the following week or the following month, this will obviously follow through. But always pay attention to this blue and green line because it has been a very, very absolute bottom support level on this ticker. So I want you to pay in mind that this ticker has been up only. If the government literally creates their own Palantir software, the moat on Palantir is going to drop significantly. Okay, do not be afraid to take profits. SPY and NASDAQ are sitting at all-time highs. We are due for a retracement. So you have two forces working potentially against you. Do you really want to take that chance? Do you really want to take that chance? If you're up, do not be afraid to take profits. Not financial advice, but if I were an investor at such highs, knowing that we're due for a retracement, and knowing that my support zone is potentially back here at that $110, potentially it could break down. Then you're looking at approximately this 100 moving average, which would be around $73, and if it'll go up, it'll follow through, $83 within a month. These are just things to look at in the near distant future. Why risk it? You can always come back and buy at lows if she does a sell-off, but why risk it? She's been up only. So I just want you guys to understand, do not be afraid to take profits and do not be afraid to get back in at lows if these catalysts were to break down and move this ticker to the downside, okay? So with that being said, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and join the Discord. Have a beautiful day, guys.